Welcome to Adelphi Sports Day. I'm Gabby Laron.
And I'm Matt Cool. First today, lining the streets of Manchester in tribute to the great Ricky Hatton, fans pay their respects.
Yes, I'm live from the Manchester Cathedral, where the service took place at 5 minutes to midday, in which fans from all across the globe lined the streets to pay tribute to one of their city's biggest legends.
And the Super League Grand Final is tomorrow between Wigan Warriors and Hull KR at Old Trafford. Can Wigan win for the third year in a row, or will Hull take home their first Grand Final victory in a repeat of last year's final?
And in ice hockey, Blackburn Hawks unveil their new signings who both arrived from Yorkshire sides. Charlie Thompson, who plays as a forward, as well as netminder Harrison Walker.
Welcome to Adelphi Sports Day.
And first this afternoon, there's been emotional scenes as the funeral for boxing legend Ricky Hatton has been taking place at Manchester Cathedral.
Our reporter Zach Maloney is in Manchester. Zach, what's the mood there like currently?
Yeah, Gabby, the mood was full of somberness this morning as fans paid tribute to one of their city's biggest legends. But as the service got underway at just 5 minutes to midday, the positive emotions started to pour out of the whole city. It was amazing. It was full of chants, it was full of singing, and it was just full of memory and respect to one of their heroes.
And can you talk us through the day's proceedings?
Yes, it started at just 10 a.m. this morning, in which faithfuls gathered outside of Hatton's local pub, the Cheshire Cheese. It then ventured through various points throughout his life, in which he became a global superstar. It went to his gym in Hyde, then just behind me, it went to the Manchester Cathedral, and now they're at the Etihad Stadium, Hatton's final resting place.
And what legacy does Ricky Hatton leave behind?
It's not just the boxing which Ricky will be remembered for. It was his positive outlook on life. It was the way he embraced fame, and now his family have set up a foundation to tackle mental health. They are breaking down barriers, they will break down stigmas, and they will let men know that it is always safe to talk.
Thank you, Zach. Wigan Warriors are preparing to face Hull KR this Saturday in the Rugby League Grand Final at Old Trafford.
The fixture's a repeat of last year where Wigan narrowly came out on top, but the question remains, can Warriors make it a hat-trick? Amy Palmer has more.
1998, the first time Wigan Warriors lifted the all-important Super League trophy. They're a team steeped in winning. 7 Super League titles to their name, including last year's tight victory over Hull KR. This Saturday, a rematch for that Rugby League glory. The question is, can they stop Hull KR claiming the treble?
Yeah, very excited. It's obviously a bit of a relief to win a semi-final because that's a horrible place to be, a place to lose. So to get here now, we're going to enjoy the week. Confident in our team, confident in our preparation, but we know we're against a very strong Hull KR.
These were the lucky players that earned their place in the squad last year. An injury kept Brad O'Neill out of this list. Now he wants it more than ever to play in the theatre of dreams.
The Wigan fans as well this year, for myself, I feel like we've got the highest average attendance in Super League, so it's all down to our fans, and we appreciate them a lot, and obviously it's great for the growth of the game, and hopefully that we can do it justice again this weekend.
Only one try separated Wigan from Hull last year, with Bevan French being the man that made that possible. In the team last year was Luke Thompson, who is hoping to get his own winning try this time round.
Yeah, really excited. I've been fortunate enough to play here 3 times previous. Had 3 great days here, lifting the trophy, so yeah, can't wait to go again on Saturday and hopefully make it 4.
Wigan Warriors, the powerhouse steeped in history, chasing another crown. Hull KR, the underdogs turned contenders, ready to write a brand new chapter. 2 teams, 1 trophy, 80 minutes. It's the Super League Grand Final and it's almost here. And this is what they're all playing for. Amy Palmer, Adelphi News, Old Trafford.
Staying with Rugby League, and the Ashes is back for the second test in the Northwest at the Hill Dickinson Stadium on Merseyside on the 1st of November. Warrington Wolves star winger Matty Ashton has been ruled out with a knee injury, but despite his disappointment, says he'll be supporting his team from afar.
I'm devastated, to be honest with you. It's dark moments, but like I say, we've got to keep positive and support the boys that are playing. Obviously, it's going to be a massive 3 games for the country, obviously playing Australia, which is pinnacle at the minute. So yeah, we're good to support the boys. We're going through no matter what. That's what the plan is. So hopefully a 3-0, but we just want to get the Ashes won and keep it in England, hopefully.
AFC Fylde women will play the South Shields or Fleetwood Town Wrens in the first round proper of the FA Cup. This comes after they defeated Wirral Phoenix FC 7-2 in their third round qualifying to continue their unbeaten run across all competitions. Eloise Stevens reports.
The visitors opened the scoring, but number 9 Lois Moore was quick to equalise with an emphatic shot at goal straight past the goalkeeper. Molly Kelly was on the score sheet next, slotting the ball into the bottom left corner of the net. Corrigan then scored from a corner to put the Coasters 6-1 up at half-time.
Overall, it was a good performance, and we've just got to keep building on things. And the most important thing today was to get into the next round and to keep trying to move up the rankings in terms of getting to the next stage of each competition.
As mentioned earlier, it's the grand final tomorrow, and one man who knows just how it feels to play in big games is Dennis Betts. Betts is now coach of Wigan Warriors women, who finished off their treble-winning season with grand final victory over St Helens at the weekend. He was also named Coach of the Year. He's played in grand finals himself as a Wigan player and won the game's most prestigious individual honour, the Man of Steel. Dennis joins us now. Dennis, thanks for taking the time to speak to us, and congratulations on a grand final win. Came at the expense of St Helens, so I'm sure you're still celebrating.
Yes, it's been a busy few days. Get lost in the haze of what time it is, where we are, and but if you can't celebrate after winning 3 trophies in a season, then I don't know when you can. So I've told the girls that now's the time to really appreciate and enjoy what they've done this year. Don't get lost in what's next. Don't try and think about next year. Just enjoy the fact of how hard you've worked and where you are at this moment in time.
And the men's team will be looking to emulate that victory tomorrow. You've played in your fair share of grand finals. How will the players be feeling right now?
Oh, they're excited. That's, like I say, we've done all the work. Like I say, the last 2 weeks of training have been about just tidying up and making sure that you can bring the best performance to the arena that you possibly can. There's a number of players there that have been there a number of times. I think Liam Farrell's on his 10th grand final. It's unbelievable the amount of times he's been there. So as the captain of the side, being excited, understanding what's next for them tonight, tomorrow, will be invaluable. Like I say, it's one of those things. This is the reason you play. You want to be there in front of 70,000 people. You want to walk out with your coach in front of you while everybody's singing and screaming, so that you can actually really enjoy what you bring to the field. And the hardest thing I'll say about finals is that they disappear very, very quickly. They're just like, before you know it, the whistle step blows and then it's over. So you've got to get in that game and you've got to get in that moment.
There's a three-peat on the cards tomorrow for Warriors. They've not been short of success over the last few seasons. Could there be an element of fatigue in play, and will Matt Peat need to motivate his side in a certain way to take on a challenge like that?
Not really, no. I think it's like I say, they're disappointed about the Challenge Cup this year. Like I say, they've underperformed at times. They've not finished top of the league. It's all those things that the team's trying to do constantly, and it's about performance. What they have got at this moment in time is they've got some of the most form-finding players in the team, like Jai Field, Evan French. They're playing well, and if they're playing well, then we're going to have got a great chance, and that feeds into the rest of the squad. So I think it's going there. It's be excited and use the fact that nerves can be put in 2 different categories. You can either use them to your benefit, or they can make you freeze. I think there's enough quality in that side to recognise that, like you say, after being there 3 times, knowing what the occasion brings, that there will be enough there. And I'm tipping them to actually take the win out this morning.
And a look ahead to the Ashes now and its return after a 22-year wait. You're no stranger to a good dust-up with the Aussies. How much will a series on home soil mean to those selected?
Oh, this is the time of year you want to play. I'm really excited. I've been down to Wigan a couple of times this week. Watched the lads train. Been around those lads that are in the squad or possibly going to be in the squad. So I've been there and seen that like this is the time of year you want to be involved. You want to be involved in a final, then you want to get selection right, then you want to get into camp next week. And all the build-up and all the talk around the Ashes series just heightens this time of year. Good players want to play in these games. They want to be around at this. And like I say, I'm feeling excited, and I'm a long way off playing. I wish I was 25 years younger and I could have a go at that. Maybe a little bit more than that even. But it was, to play in an Ashes series is something that's very, very special, especially after such a long time. And I think they've got a really good chance.
Thanks, Dennis, and of course, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Now it's over to Shay Patton in the newsroom with the latest sport from further afield.
Thanks, Gabby. And first this afternoon, England opened their international break with a 3-0 victory in a dominant display against Wales. Goals from Morgan Rogers, Ollie Watkins and Bukayo Saka, all within the first 20 minutes, secured the victory. They weren't the only side to impress, however. Scotland held out against Greece to secure a 3-1 victory. Lyndon Dykes, Lewis Ferguson and Ryan Christie all bagged to win the game for the Scots. Scotland now sits second in Group C, while England top the table down in Group K.
Following that cortege.
On the cricket and the Women's World Cup. England will face Sri Lanka tomorrow in Colombo. Looking to build on their strong start to the tournament, the Three Lions hammered defending champion South Africa in their opening match before winning again on Tuesday. New Zealand are currently 130-3 in the first innings against Bangladesh. And finally, Great Britain bobsleigh Olympian Aaron Gulliver is set to miss the 2026 Winter Olympics after accepting a 2-year ban for doping. The 28-year-old was previously suspended earlier this year when a drugs test returned as adverse for a banned performance-enhancing substance. He's also had his bronze medal taken away. That's it from me this afternoon. Back to Matt in the studio.
Thanks, Shay.
Now, due to the international break, there's no championship football, but there is plenty of action elsewhere in the EFL this weekend. There's an all-North West clash in League One as Stockport County host relegation-fighting Blackpool at Edgeley Park. Bolton will travel to Burton, while Wigan play Wycombe Wanderers. In League Two, Accrington Stanley host relegation rivals Newport County, and Fleetwood Town face Harrogate Town in a mid-table clash. In the WSL, both Manchester sides head to Liverpool. Goodison Park will host United against Everton before Man City take on Liverpool at Anfield.
A 16-year-old at Stockport Volleyball Club has raised over £2,000 to play for England under-17s. Charlie Foster was called up to represent his country in their Euros qualifiers in Denmark next week. To fund travel, kit and training costs, he's had to raise the money himself with the help of his friends, family and club community.
I was sat in my bedroom actually, and my mum called me and went, "Have you got your passport ready?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "'Cause you're going to play for England." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're kidding me."
Thankfully for Charlie, she wasn't kidding.
I mean, first time having the badge on my chest, and I mean, I can't wait to go and play in Denmark. It's really, really exciting. I'm surrounded by a great team, and got a lovely captain and great coaches.
I'm unbelievably proud that he is going to represent the country. It's a dream that I would have had when I was a kid. He's realising that dream.
Charlie is now into his third season at the club. As well as playing with the senior team, he's also captain of the juniors.
If he wasn't the youngest player here, I'd happily make him the captain of this team. I mean, he's showing up to every single training, but that mindset that he has is what, in my opinion, sets him apart from everyone else.
Stockport as a club has expanded from 4 teams to 9 this past year, but this growth hasn't quite yet translated to the sport nationwide, with Charlie's community having to come together to get their teenage star on the plane to Denmark.
The spectator nature of the sport needs to expand a little bit so that communities get more involved in it. If the game's really going to grow, then it needs investment.
It's not easy to spit out the amount of money that we have been asked to spend to play for England. I mean, due to the lack of government funding, it makes it difficult for all the players. It helps with the whole pride aspect, and it's really important to feel loved and surrounded in the community. It makes you feel that much prouder when you step onto the court.
The great work being done at Stockport Volleyball Club is something the club are hoping can be replicated at national level. Having a special talent like Charlie representing his country at just age 16 will only further inspire others at the club and push the game forward.
I can see it already from the team, his attitude carries across to everyone else, and I think that is really, really good. And I'm hoping that people outside of the sport, or even people who play the sport but don't really know much about Stockport, can see that we have such an important player here, someone who is so valuable to the future of volleyball in England, and understand the value of this sport. And Stockport in this sport in England is, in my opinion, one of the best places.
Adam Howarth, Adelphi Sports Day.
Now onto ice hockey with the sport on the rise in the Northwest. Our reporter Emily Laycock visited Planet Ice Blackburn to meet some of the new faces in the Hawks dressing room this season.
Blackburn Hawks are one of only 3 ice hockey teams in the Northwest, but they are attracting talent from across the Pennines. Harrison Walker and Charlie Thompson have both made the move to Lancashire from teams in Yorkshire in the league above to gain more ice time.
I started at Bradford skating at 2, and then played my first game at 5, and then played juniors all the way through to 16, and then I came to Blackburn for 2 years, and then went to Widnes for COVID, and then I've been at Leeds since. I benefited 3 years at Leeds, really enjoyed my time, but I just wanted to move on and play some games.
Just been at Sheffield since I started, so not too exciting. Went through all junior system right the way up until Steel Dogs, and then obviously just moved to Blackburn this year. Done quite a few things actually. A lot more free time. National League is quite demanding. There was no real time for anything else other than that.
With Manchester Storm in the highest division and Blackburn Hawks 2 divisions below, there is a gap in the market when it comes to hockey in the National League. The rink seats 3,200 people, and with strong support for the Hawks both home and away, there is belief that more hockey can come to fruition in the region.
The fan base is great. It's probably the best in the league. There's been hockey here for a while, and everyone seems to come back, and the away support's really good as well.
I think there is. I think there's definitely scope for it, and definitely scope for improvement. But like we were on about it earlier, like the facilities here at Blackburn are really good. Like this rink could do really well in National League. So I think there is definitely scope for improvement. But I think the Northwest is something to look at.
There's not much hockey in the Northwest. I think there's only Manchester, Blackburn, and Widnes. And Manchester being elite is good, but we do need a National League team in the Northwest.
It's a time of possibility for hockey in the Northwest. Could we see a National League team here soon? Emily Laycock, Adelphi Sports.
Now staying in Blackburn with Darwen, a Darwen FC player, Josh Abbott, has been selected for the Bowler League. That's right, the Bowler League is a newly formed sport with ex-footballers and even celebrities. Millie Wignall has more.
Darwen FC midfielder Josh Abbott, 27, has been selected for the Bowler League. The Bowler League is a new e-sport that was founded in 2023.
I've always played like 5-a-side, 6-a-side, small-sided games, and I decided after watching season 1, I'm going to have to do something. All I do is play small-sided games and get credited for how well I play in them, so I thought I'd go to a trial, and obviously this has happened. At this point, I'm not too fussed, to be honest, where I go in terms of Saturday football. I've got other priorities, so this is why I'm happy to be playing something I enjoy, like a 6-a-side, 7-a-side on the side, something like that.
Esports is for the likes of Generation Z and also the Millennials. Let's see what their captain Nathan Bond has to say about Josh's upcoming challenge.
I think it's a credit to himself, to be honest. I think he's been training hard, and obviously he does his bits outside of football. And yeah, I think he's flying. He's doing really well, and it's a pleasure to himself. Credit to the club. Absolutely made up for him, yeah. He's only young, and it's a big platform for him. So if he does well on there, yeah, anything could happen for him. So fair play to him.
Made up of ex-footballers and celebrities, they play 15 minutes half instead of the traditional 45, and there are 12 teams. Josh, or Abbo as he is known amongst the team, has been at Darwen FC since March this year after a move from Lancaster City. The most recent win for Darwen seen a hat-trick come from Abbo with 3 goals in Darwen's 5-2 win against Maghull. Josh is now being considered as the local legend in Darwen, putting the town in the map. But is this just the start of esports popularity in Lancashire? Millie Wignall, Adelphi Sports, Darwen.
And finally, forget London, forget Paris, it's Morecambe Bay Fashion Week. Morecambe FC's Miguel Aziz has gone viral on social media in recent weeks, but not for the reasons you may expect of a professional footballer. Gabby went to the Mazuma to find out more.
Morecambe's number 8 has been a topic of discussion among football fans for his bold style.
I wasn't expecting the media uproar, but it was nice, you know. I mean, it's just the way I dress anyways. It was nice seeing some interesting comments, and some people having it, some people not. As long as you perform on the pitch, for me that should be the only determinator of you as a football player. It's what you do once you step past the white line onto the pitch, not how you dress, if you wear heels, if you paint your nails or whatever.
And the Arsenal Academy graduate and former Wigan man has certainly impressed fans. He was nominated for Player of the Month and won Goal of the Month following a strong September of performances.
It's been a while since I scored, and obviously there was a lot of emotions and stuff. But yeah, I felt really happy, and like it was a nice moment scoring my first goal for the club. And to share it with the fans as well, and share it to them after I was trying to find what to do. Eventually I went over to the fans, and then yeah, it was a good moment for me and for everyone too. Yeah, I feel very privileged and honoured that the fans have taken to me in that way. And it's just, yeah, it's a nice way of saying just keep being you and keep doing what you're doing, because obviously some people like it, so it's nice.
Since then, the club have posted more of his outfits, and the response, while still mixed, has definitely seemed more positive, something that Miguel Aziz himself has seen off and on the pitch.
When I play on the pitch sometimes, some of the opposition tell me, like, I love what you're doing, I'm trying to be like you. So hearing some things like this it shows that it's the pendulum is shifting, is changing, and I definitely feel like it's becoming more, even the word acceptable, it should be acceptable from the beginning. I feel like it's definitely shifting in the right direction.
After a summer of gloom for Shrimps fans, players like Miguel are bringing new glamour to Morecambe Bay. Gabby Laurent, Adelphi Sports Day.
Well, that's quite the statement. That's all we have time for this afternoon. We'll be back next Friday with all the Northwest sport. Have a great weekend. But in the meantime, we have a special edition of our Sports Mad podcast on Spotify on blind golf. And there's more on these stories on our website, UCLan Live. Check out our social media accounts on X and Blue Sky at SportJourn Lancashire. But it's goodbye from Gabby.
Goodbye.
And goodbye from me. Bye-bye.